Here are the simple steps to buy a property in the United Kingdom. First, decide your price range. Can you afford a £200,000 property? And most importantly, can you afford a 10% deposit of a £200,000 property? Right, that's the first important decision to make. If you're an investor, then decide whether you're going to buy the property in your name and whether you can afford the 25% deposit on that property that you're going to put down, as well as the monthly payments in terms of interest, the interest rates that you're going to get, the percentage of the interest rates that you're going to have to pay back to the banks. Whether you purchase that in your own name or via a limited company would really determine how high the interest rate is. Usually purchasing via a limited company seems to incur higher interest rates from the banks and probably a higher level of deposit as well. So let's say you are a normal person, non-investor wanting to buy your first property in the United Kingdom. The first thing you have to do is the price range and the area you need to buy the area that you need to buy. So research the area, look for a property that you're interested in, make sure it falls within your affordability. So that price, which is typically 10% for the deposit if it's going to be a residential home. That's number one. Number two, obviously, is make sure that you work, get some extra weekend gigs, work extra hours to put down that 10%. All right, have it fully secured, and also build some buffer, a few extra thousands on top of that to cover things like your mortgage insurance, as well as fees for the solicitors, and etc. Just have some extra bit of money above that 10%. Once you do that, then the next step to do is to actually approach your bank or a mortgage broker. You can literally just Google this online, look at some mortgage brokers in your own area. But if it's something that is your residential property, I think it's safe to go direct to your bank typically. And the banks will obviously put in a mortgage application for you, which is like an initial, they call it, I think it's as an offer in principle or something like that. It's not an actual legally binding offer, but it's almost like a financial soft check to see your income versus your outgoings. Look at your net savings or disposable income, as they call it, and then make a determination as to how much the bank can offer you. All right. So, and then obviously that agreement in principle, you can use that when you go to view properties, or you can actually give that to the estate agents just to show them that you're really serious about buying the property and that you're not messing them about or wasting their time. All right. So just to recap, the first thing is to find an area and a property that you can afford, right? Approach the banks, get a agreement in principle, then use that agreement in principle, go and physically view the properties. Once you find something that you like within that price cap, price range, whatever, then make an offer and have the offer accepted. Once the offer is accepted, then you go back to the bank now to make the full mortgage application. And also before doing that, once the offer is accepted, typically at that stage, you have to assign a solicitor to act on your behalf to process the transaction, basically, right? So you have to appoint a solicitor at that point. Once the bank have actually run the process now, do the actual mortgage applications, the output will be you'll get a mortgage offer, right? And once you get a mortgage offer at that point in time, it's just a matter of liaising with the sellers, the vendor, the seller solicitors, your solicitors, to get the searches, the local searches, just do all of the legalities and the formalities that are required to facilitate the sale, right? Once everything's come back clean, then the next step typically is just to exchange contracts on both sides. And once you exchange the contracts, then the sale is legally binding from that stage on, and then you have to agree a completion date at the point of exchanging contracts. And that's it. On the completion date, you get your keys and you become a property owner.